I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Thursday KVJ After the Show broadcast. Kind of the weekend beginning right now, baby. Look out. Woohoo! Got some fun stuff tonight. Heading off to a little football game. And then the great football going on this weekend. It's back, baby. It's back in a big way. There's so many great college games going on this weekend. The NFL is kind of taking their week off. They're getting ready. They'll kick off their season next weekend, but that's it. So there's legit games this weekend.
Now, will Kevin be able to go home and get a nap before the game?
I'm going to have to. Yeah, that's the plan. So trying to, get everything done when I can or as much as I can and just, take it in the shorts.
I can send you a thunderstorm link. Really put you in a relaxing state.
I don't know. I think it's really raining outside.
I'll just open the windows.
It was this morning.
I love that. I love putting the thunderstorm on the TV and having a thunderstorm hit the roof.
Double rain.
I do double rain.
Yeah. It's a good way to be. Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be some good stuff going on this weekend. Of course, I'll give you a full rundown of everything that it's going to be going on tomorrow. You got Blink 182 tonight. They're going to be at Hard Rock Live. That could be a good show. That's a nice, more intimate venue, too. It's not going to be an amphitheater for them. It's a 7,000 seater, I think, is Hard Rock Live.
It is a nice venue.
Yeah.
I like it over there. And then you're in the casino, you're like moving and shaking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don't waste your time on me tonight.
I've seen them live before. They were really good.
Were they really? I can see that.
They delivered.
I think they had a problem when they were younger with the old alcohol or whatever.
Didn't we all?
And I think they used to put on some shitty shows and some good shows, and you didn't know what kind of Blink you were going to get. And I think that caused a lot of some tension and fighting in the band. I think they got to a good place.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they get along well now.
Yeah, what was kind of interesting is, when they stepped out, they brought a new singer in. Was it Tom Morello? Is that the guy who had jumped out of the band for a while? I don't know him well enough to know everything, the ins and outs. But what I had seen today was the replacement for him in the years that he was gone. He was kind of doing his own thing in a band called Angels and Airwaves. He started his own little project as they were fighting. And the guy that they then kicked out when Tom came back is, I think, an Alkaline Trio, and they're opening up.
Oh.
So it's kind of cool that it's, all right, we didn't just kick it, because some bands will treat the fill-in guy terribly and just be like, sorry, man, gig's up, you're out.
They're all still connected.
It's Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge, that's right. Tom Morello is Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge's the one that's into the UFO stuff. And he, believe it or not, has a lot of credibility in the UFO world and community. He's done a lot of hard work in that.
Yeah, I've seen actually some UFO specials with him on it. And it is kind of fascinating to see, that he gets that respect.
He does. He gets UFO respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, legit. So that is going on. You got Def Leppard. They're going to be at Hard Rock Live tomorrow night. So that'll be fun.
Do you have a favorite Def Leppard? You only get one Def Leppard song. What is it?
Whoa. Boy.
You put him on the spot.
Yeah, that is tough. I really like the album that they had Photograph on, Rock of Ages. To me, especially when it came to rock, I like guys when they were younger. There's that testosterone, there's that angstiness. They're kind of little assholes, and it just works in rock.
And then they mellow out and they pick up the acoustic guitar, and then they do the versions of the songs.
Well, honestly, to me, Def Leppard chronicles the progression of a lot of those bands perfectly, because they started off, they had some songs you could kind of hear that like they may have potential, and then they put it together. It was raw when they did the album with Photograph, and there's a lot of really good songs on that album that had that sound. And then they came out with Hysteria, which was very polished, and that was their biggest album by far. And there were a lot of good songs on that as well. But then what they did is they kept getting cheesier and cheesier, and they kept kind of trying to recreate, and they were just writing songs that didn't have heart, if that makes sense. They were little pop ballads, and they had hooks, and honestly, it sounds like the kind of stuff now that AI would write.
Ah, that sucks.
I don't know about that.
I do. Yeah, I will confirm because it just felt like it was plug and play and they were trying to get that magic again. I mean, I remember in the early 90s after that, they kept coming out with one song after another. I'm like, guys, it just feels like you're trying too hard. They're all really nice guys. And so I root for them. We've had the drummer in before. Unfortunately, the guy that got his ass whooped on Fort Lauderdale Beach when he's out smoking a cigarette, that punk-ass drunk teenager came up and whooped his ass.
Yeah, and he's got one arm.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're fucking with that guy. It's
he's an older
up.
dude, and you're beating up a one-armed guy. Like, what an asshole.
Elder
What
abuse.
an asshole.
I believe
what an
it was
asshole.
elder abuse.
It was. Yeah, it should have been. They should throw the book at that kid. So, and then after you got Def Leppard, then Lady Gaga's rolling into town on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
She's doing 3 nights. She does Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at the Kaseya Center. So that'll be big. So you got some big stuff that's going to be coming up. So a little bit of fun here this weekend. So like I said, we will get you all caught up with all the cool stuff going on. And Jimmy Buffett tribute weekend is happening too. So there's events for that all over South Florida.
Some people claim that there's a Virginia to blind. And I know.
You sound drunk as a skunk.
Yeah,
I
he's on
thought you
the
were
wrong
supposed
speed.
I thought you were supposed to sound drunk if you were doing a little Buffett.
Yeah. All right. We got a lot of people with some feedback here today. Got one from Jen Lynn. She said, I've been listening to the Saga of Birds AC, and I haven't heard anybody mention window shakers. I had an 8-week-old during the 2004 hurricanes at the time, and we were sweating. No generator or AC for 2 weeks in August was pure hell. It taught me to never be without AC ever. Since then, I invested into window ACs for each room. I have had to break them babies out multiple times when my central unit either overflowed or stopped working due to overuse.
Oh, yeah. You can buy like a window unit, and those are like $100. And
Are they because I remember in the 80s where I
Yeah.
grew up, they were terrible looking.
And they were not. They're good for very small rooms.
Yeah, just for one
If you
room.
have one little room, I think you definitely can get away.
whatever room
and
you're
it's cozy.
sleeping in.
Yeah, but that's a good suggestion. I already got my air condition ready to go. By the time I get home, Cooling Advisors is going to have it done.
Oh, wow.
Very excited.
That's exciting to put it behind you.
It will finally be behind me because you just that's the worst when you have a problem. You go, when I open up this door, I just hope I don't feel any kind of weird heat. And I felt weird heat right away. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, people were talking about, and I thought so too, there are a lot of portable AC units, some of them the size of a small refrigerator that you can get now, so they're not hanging out your window or anything like that.
Yeah, and they are good for we had one in my old studio at my mom's house, and it was a small little room, and it would get chilly in there. So yeah, there's definitely a place in the world for them.
Mm-hmm. And Cesar wanted to know about your washer-dryer situation as you're replacing an AC unit.
Is everything broken?
One problem at a time, Cesar. I unfortunately, certain problems have to jump to the top of the list. And the air condition, what sucks is it took up a lot of time of my week. You're on the phone, you're sweating your ass off, you're fighting the invisible devil that's in it just puts you in a shitty place. And I always said I notice a huge difference when South Florida has nice weather. People are just nicer. Weather controls your mood, man.
It does.
Yeah, he was just referencing the quick fixes that maybe you wouldn't have to actually buy a new washer or dryer, that it could be anything from the vent line to something like that being clogged.
Yeah, the good news is I've got it all working pretty good again. So that's good. One problem at a time. I think I'm in my prime again, baby.
Okay,
Fucking
so
back.
You still have to deal with the washer dryer.
No, because my dad knows how to fix that stuff,
okay.
and he walked me through it.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, my dad, real fixity. Mm-hmm. Don't know what the fuck happened to his son. I took after my mom. We were more into the culinary.
You got the music from your dad.
He did teach me music.
You'd rather have music than fixing shit.
1,000%.
I mean, come on. You got the good end.
And Vicky was saying that Nutrafol that you brought in here today that has thrown your pH way off, Virginia.
Poison in a can.
She said it is a legit medical grade hair growth system. Many dermatologists, plastic surgeons, med spas carry it and promote it, so it's not just some random social media product.
Yeah, and I've seen it in a lot of places. And I know it may work great for some people, but I'm just telling you, if you have a sensitive vagina, then it will feel like you've replaced your lips with emery boards and you're just scratch, 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 scratch.
I think that'd be a good, cool new artist name. Coming to the stage, Sensitive Vagina, with her new hit. With her new clit.
I could hear it being a song.
With her new clit.
I meant hit.
No, it really did feel like I had nail files in the crack of my privates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop, please. No. No.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Kevin, we do have to have some law around here.
Terrible.
That's rough.
That is rough. Ugh, God, that's going to stick in my head.
I got a couple of texts and emails. We were talking about 9 out of the 10 biggest places for shark bites are in the state of Florida. And for South Florida, Palm Beach was number 1. Now, New Smyrna Beach is far and away. The amount of shark bites that happen in New Smyrna Beach, insane. It was 200 more than Daytona, which was number 2 on the list.
Insane.
210.
I mean, that's where you do not go in the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one text that we got today said, as a lifelong fisherman, I also thought it would be cool to have a shark bite story like Jaber was talking about to go with my piranha and snake bite stories.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ooh, this guy's a real man.
I am a native Florida man, after all. Sure enough, 5 years ago, I was on a kayaking camping trip in Southwest Florida, and after landing several sharks, I caught the shark. I rolled it on its side, and I was straddling it while I took the hook out. Unfortunately, the pliers slipped off the hook, and the shark lunged toward my hand and nailed my finger joint with one of the outward-facing teeth. I jumped up, grasping my hand, and my buddy thought it had taken my entire hand off. Nope. It was just a perfect minor shark bite.
Wow.
Except I now had to kayak 10 miles the next morning with my hand still bandaged up, but still, I got my shark bite story.
And he feels cool as shit. You could tell that guy loves that story.
Well, you can win with it. You have to get the shark bite the right way.
Agreed.
Yeah, because you could be going through. There was one guy, I think, that got his leg, and they're talking about 10 surgeries I think he's got to go through.
I think if the shark is on land and he bites you, it's different. That's a shark bite with an asterisk.
No, I don't want that asterisk. No, I want to be in the water.
If you're in the water
I wanna be
and
in the
he
rough.
bites you, that's the real deal. Okay, wow, shark bite. If you caught him on a fishing line and then you're just getting the hook out and he bites you, that's not a real shark bite.
I actually disagree with that. I think that's still a shark bite.
Virginia's trying to take it off of his record.
Yeah, fucking Captain Storm's over here trying to talk
in
about
the water with some shrimp shorts and call me back.
But I do agree. I would rather, if I was to get bit, I'd want to be in the rough. I want it to bite like a part of your ass cheek or something where something to where you can recover and still get the story.
Yep.
And go,
Can he bite me in my back fat and get rid of a little bit of that?
Oh, I feel like, gosh, I would leak out so much barbecue sauce.
He's bleeding. Oh, no.
It's not blood.
The shark
That's sweet baby Ray.
Yeah.
Shark will get so excited thinking it's blood. He's like, fuck, it's barbecue sauce?
What is this guy? And Ozark Sherry in our chat today was saying, my poor son was attacked twice, got 93 stitches in October.
Oh, damn. Attacked twice in the same day?
Same place, it says. It says we have that house on Bathtub Beach last week. Severed 3 tendons, had to get 93 stitches. First attack, the same beach, 15 stitches. He's a surfer. Oh. She said, Google Cole Taskman, Taschman, Shark. He's a fishing charter captain. And she said there's actually a doctor at St. Mary's Medical Center who treats all the shark bite victims, and they call him Dr. Shark.
Dr. Shark.
That's his specialty, is stitching people up after shark bites.
Yeah, you do not want to sever tendons. I had severed 4 tendons in my right wrist, and I mean, you can't move your hand. You're paralyzed. It's a rough, very painful thing to go through, and you have to get microscopic surgery. At least I had to.
That might be why your grip is so poor.
I don't have feeling in these 2 fingers right here because of that scar right there.
Can you feel if I lit a flame under them?
Well, I mean, I think we've done this bit before. I think we have. I think you tried, and Kevin was horrified for how long I let my hand.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because he could tell I could start to feel something, but he could see in my eyes I wasn't going to fucking let you win.
Yeah.
And that's when Kevin gets nervous.
Yeah, it is. I've got a lot of flashbacks. I have almost like PTSD of all the times that Jaybir's gotten horrifically hurt on this show. And it just...
And you saw in the eyes, you go, he's not going to give up.
He's not going to stop.
He's not giving up. I learned that a long time ago. I tell people, like, that guy is a pit bull, man. I had to learn. I'm like, stop giving him the assignments because he will go through it. I'm like, this guy would kill himself.
Well, all she has to fucking say is, oh, what, you losing your edge? Johnny Knoxville would have done it.
Yeah.
At this point.
The devil and the angel right here. And Nanuette, she sent an email. She said, yeah, there's a show on HBO Max. You guys were talking about what are the worst natural disasters. Number 1 was the tornadoes. Earthquakes was in at number 2. And our audience kind of agreed as well. No, I think maybe it was tsunamis.
Yeah, it was.
Tsunami, yeah.
It was the tornado, tsunami, then earthquake was 3, hurricane was 4. The HBO Max show called Eye of the Storm talks about all these natural disasters with video and eyewitness accounts. So if you love that kind of stuff, weather phenomenon is something. I think the Weather Channel just does that a lot too, right?
They do,
when
yeah.
They're not parking Jim Cantori on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, they like to play weather documentaries that scare the shit out of you.
They do.
And something I might have to do a deeper dive in. I had referenced that I was watching a podcast. Might have been Rogan. He does all the conspiracy theory stuff. But somebody had mentioned Lyme disease as a bioweapon. And there was actually created in a lab, like some people believe that COVID was. And Kim said, yeah, you should read the book Bitten, The Secret History of Lyme Disease and Biological Weapons by Chris Newby, Newby.
Oh, my.
It's an investigative narrative that blends personal experience with rigorous research. After contracting Lyme disease herself, Newby uncovers evidence that Willy Bergdorfer, doesn't that just sound like a conspiracy theory kind of name guy? Willy Bergdorfer.
Oh,
Totally.
He's got files.
The scientist who discovered the Lyme bacterium was also involved in Cold War tick-borne bioweapons programs throughout the world, including the U.S. The book suggests that the modern Lyme epidemic stemmed from military experiments gone wrong.
Wow.
Beyond his history, Newby highlights the failures of Lyme diagnostics, the controversies around chronic Lyme, and the institutional neglect that has left many patients suffering. It's part medical mystery, part Cold War thriller, and a critique of systemic failures in medicine and government.
Wow.
Like I said, it lends itself to a great conspiracy theory type story because you really can't prove it one way or the other, but it does have some practical sense. Like I was saying yesterday, if you could inflict chronic fatigue on the people you were fighting in battle,
The soldiers.
that's a great advantage because one of the things that happened in World War II was the Nazis were giving their soldiers freaking crank and speed and everything else. And you ever heard of the Blitzkrieg where they were going so fast and just mowing people over and catching everybody by surprise? That's how they took Europe so fast. But they realized all their soldiers were freaking whacked out on goofballs.
Didn't they have methamphetamines and stuff like that?
They had given all their soldiers. So imagine if you had an army of meth-filled soldiers running at you. People are like, fuck this, you can take it, man. I don't love France that much.
Eye Came out of here.
You got 5,000
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, it's all for you.
Swim to England.
5,000 guys on meth running for
Fuck
you.
that. I'd get out of there too. I'm like, no, it's all, you can take my house, you take everything. But it's all right, dog. I don't like it.
Take my croissant.
It's all good, whatever you want. So, yeah, you think about the reverse of that. Having guys that are too tired to fight or just, man, I can't, you whoop their ass. Can you imagine guys with Lyme disease fighting guys on meth?
No.
What the hell?
Can I get on that betting line?
You could probably take 100 meth-fueled soldiers against 10,000 guys with Lyme disease, and I know who I'm putting my money on.
You're right.
Well, it's insane because
Give me the methed-out Nazis.
on a lot of these body cams, the guy will be on meth. It'll take 5, sometimes 6 of very large police officers.
Yeah,
with
right. Yeah.
multiple
Tasers.
tasers,
Yeah.
and they're still coming after people.
Yeah, well,
wild.
when you tap into the hidden strength that we really do have, when adrenaline and things like that just, and it,
Synthetics are pumping through you.
Oh
yeah, it's insane what strength we actually do have as humans, but it takes that extra little whatever it is drug to get you there.
I always heard PCP was the one that just, you could get hit over the head with an axe and you're like, I want more. And you don't stop.
probably.
You don't feel anything, I don't think.
Horrifying.
I
Yeah.
think you might the next day.
You'll be a little sore.
A little sore.
So it is interesting. I mean, it's what a plot line though, and I'd never heard of thinking about Lyme disease as a bioweapon. Makes completely good sense, and it could turn into a great conspiracy theory because I don't know that anybody's going to prove it anytime soon.
Well,
Kinda
is that guy dead? The guy that you spoke of?
no more information on him? I don't know. You have to look
What if
it
they
up.
tracked him down and he's like, yeah, I did it. I freaking did it. I
Well, I
made
think that's what he's saying. But the question is he right? I think that's what the whole book is about. Just saying that, he did, and I think it's kind of confirming it, but then it's just, it's one source.
I just put up Lyme disease conspiracy theories just on YouTube.
Yeah.
And a fuck ton of stuff comes up.
Yeah, I didn't realize. It's probably a big rabbit hole. I'm sure people would be on Kev. This has been a thing for 80 years. Where you been? So I just heard about it. But it's an interesting thought. You love that kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Well, even if you don't believe it, it's just sometimes entertaining to hear other people's theories, even if you don't believe it or not.
Sure. Yeah, because look, if we had the whole secrets of the world unlocked to us, our minds would just probably melt. Probably couldn't even handle all the things that you don't know that had gone down. And we do know with all these MK Ultras and all those kind of things that have happened, the terrible testing that governments have done in the name of warfare and winning and all that stuff and conquest.
Would you want to know all the answers? Are you okay just being in the dark?
Well, I don't delve into the conspiracy theories because at the end of the road, you don't get the conclusion. You just get with, it's probable, could be. And then, some people believe, then you have to decide, are you going to take the leap of faith to believe it or not? And I'm one of those people, to me, dot the I's, cross the T's. And I don't like to get into something that's not going to have that finality to it.
But let's say you really did have the absolute knowing of all of the secrets, not only just of the government, but of the world or universe, and you knew they were right. Do you think you could handle that, or would that be so over the top, overwhelming for you?
I could. I think it would speak a lot to our humanity, who we are, and the dichotomy of people of how good we can be, but then how evil we can be. And you'd be like, my goodness, you see the dark side of humanity with people that do that kind of stuff.
I think everyone's got good and bad
absolutely.
in them.
Yeah,
I think
I do
I
too.
know, but I'm not making Lyme disease and going to try to kill a bunch of people with it.
No.
Like, that's the extremes of bad.
I think there's a spectrum of it. I think there's just some people, you've got your Ted Bundys on one end.
Right.
And then you've got other people that just,
Well, and two, Virginia, you have to look at the perspective of it. It's not that you're some evil genius in a lab somewhere trying to just wipe out the world. You're saying in this situation, if we get into warfare, we need whatever advantage because, in a lot of war, it's us or them. They're trying to kill all of your population.
I know, but even after the war is over, you got to realize now you've created this disease and this tick that's going to live on forever.
And that's what I think they say with COVID, though, that it escaped the lab, that they got careless with it and it got out, that they test it so they have it and they want to know they do. But then that's the whole thing, keeping these viruses contained. And
can't.
That's what a lot of people believe with it, but they don't stop making them, which is what some people want them to stop. But as long as we have this whole thing, and that's where some people are just saying, can we stop with the testing and doing what you're doing in that lab in
Please.
Wuhan?
Stop it.
Well, that's what happened with the atomic bomb. The guy that helped make and invent the atomic bomb goes, "Oh fuck, what have I done?
Yeah,
I fucked up.
Holy shit, I made a weapon that can wipe out
Yeah.
a lot of shit."
Yeah, absolutely.
And then all
I
of a
think
sudden-
I think sometimes they don't know what they're creating until you're like they see it in use and they're like, oh my gosh.
I did this.
Yeah.
And after that, all of a sudden, we started seeing weird ships in the sky.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
The aliens are trying to stop us from killing ourselves.
It's a theory that when that went down, that something was sent out, and other species.
There's a lot of video of nuclear testing. It's gone on, and you see the mushroom clouds, and then you see ships of some nature flying over the mushroom cloud, and they're like, "What's going on here? What is that ship? Like, you shouldn't, with the radiation, you shouldn't be flying that close to it. So, what kind of craft could do that?"
Wow.
Even with the drone shit that was going on in New Jersey, there was other stories that just wasn't getting reported where these drones were the military claimed they had no idea what these drones were, and they were infiltrating places where they should not be, where we have weapons and nuclear codes and stuff like that. And is it now? I'm not saying it's aliens. I'm not saying it's not, but it was definitely bizarre. They didn't know what it was, unless that was a ruse just to kind of trick us and saying, "Oh, we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea what this is," and they're testing something out.
It's a lot of mysteries, Virginia, and I blame that for why we have so many damn podcasts.
You're right, man. That's one of the reasons why we stopped weird.
Can we solve these damn mysteries so we can cut down on the amount of podcasts we have?
Like, there's so much weird whatever type podcasts. Like, I don't know, guys.
No, there's more. There's another guy starting today.
There's so many more.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got a question here from Megan. She's been listening for more than 15 years, and I've lightly been in touch throughout the years. I know Jaybird is very knowledgeable about serial killers and murder. I'm originally from Idaho, moved to Stewart, and now reside in South Carolina. I want to know if you're familiar, Jaybird, with the Idaho massacre that took place in Moscow, Idaho in 2022. If he has, I would love to hear his comments. If not, look into it.
It's I watch so much. There's so much of it. Just like you were saying about the podcast with the weird and paranormal. There's so much murder.
Is that the Koberger? Because that would have been around 2022, and wasn't that Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
I've been getting more into that just because seeing some of the weird videos.
That guy's a freaking tool, man.
Fucking
Unreal.
weird.
I can't believe it. My daughter was talking to Kaylin about that yesterday, and she was just saying, yeah, he's in that jail, and he's complaining about the food and all. I'm like, somehow it is not sunk in. The dude, every day for you is supposed to be miserable. We don't give a shit about your dietary restrictions. That
Nobody
is not
cares.
our concern. We don't care that people are harassing you. We don't care if you're getting ass fucked. Like, none of this stuff, it doesn't matter. This is what you signed up for. Like, when is it going to sink in that every day of your life, we want to only keep you alive so that you can suffer every single day. But this is your eternity now.
You should see some of the complaints this fuckface is writing. And you're right.
unbelievable.
It's about dietary issues. I did not receive my fruit plate. And because I did not receive my fruit plate, I believe I am deserved a second fruit plate. Like this fucking guy.
I would, if I was the warden, I'd be like, ball it up, throw it away.
I think all of the prisoners on that cell, because it's not that they're saying it's not the biggest cell area, so you can hear a lot, and they just fuck with them 24 hours a day, screaming in the toilets,
for that. I think it's
kicking
great.
the walls.
It's
Good.
fantastic. It's fantastic.
That's what he deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. Nonstop. Just keep it going.
I don't think anything physical's happened to him, but they're threatening
Yet.
sexual things being done to him.
They should.
You know, and honestly, from time to time, they should, talk to him and be like, so how's your prison stay going? And let him talk about it and let other people hear that and be like, okay, before you think you're going to go and just murder a bunch of innocent people just because it's sport or you're intrigued with murder or whatever it is, like, let's just hear you do that. This is what you're signing up for.
Consequences.
And
Yes.
then bring in 5 fruit plates and go, you're getting none of these, bitch, and then walk right out.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to keep you on the edge of death, but you're going to live a long life. We're going to keep you alive just so that every day you can wake up to a new hell.
See, he's lucky he wasn't very smart with his murder and he got caught early because I believe it was 4 weeks they finally caught him. That was a guy, if he didn't get caught and he got better, you are going to see
again and again.
You are going to see a bad motherfucker that was horrible. Like, he was studying to be Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that some people do, and that's where you just got to shake them loose because they see the fascination of the serial killers and they kind of want to do it. They want to mimic them. They want to be a part of it. And then you just got to remind them, be like, okay, here's that's what your incentive is, but here's your deterrent.
Horrifying.
Like, let's hear what it's like for these guys every single day. And it should be. We should have orchestrated hell every day for these people that are on death row, or he's not even on death row, but are in for murders like that.
And I know a lot of this shit happened in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, but I will say it does seem like there's been a new type of serial killer that's been spawned, and it's the one that really, really thrives on attention. Not only are they sick and they got sick tendencies and they would have been fucked anyway, but another thing about it is just I'm going to become a star now. People are going to be talking about me.
I'm a superstar.
Yeah, and I've never been in the limelight before, and now I am. So what? They think I'm a monster because they still get they get fan mail.
That's what brings them in, and that's why I don't think that we really do document enough of we should really design our prisons that every day is pure hell for you, and it should be, hey, let's give you a glimpse. So if you think that's sexy and attractive, that, people are going to be like, ooh, mesmerized by your serial killing ways, let's just let you see what the alternative is going to be.
Today we put ham glaze in your shoes and you have to wear them for a week.
Yeah. Skate to Beach said, if he asked for creamy peanut butter, give him chunky. Good luck, man. Jaybird, you're off the hook. Your comment about Wile E. Coyote and Bugs Bunny, there actually was, and I thought there might have been. There was at least one cartoon with Wile E. Coyote and Bugs, not just the Roadrunner.
But you know what, though? I accidentally got that right. I can't accept that win because you were right.
It's not the flaw that we thought maybe in the moment. So it's
okay. They have crossed paths.
Yeah.
Bunny and. Coyote.
It plays.
But it was the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Did the Roadrunner or did Wile E. Coyote ever get one up on the Roadrunner?
No, he always went beep beep.
So he never
not one time. I don't think. Yeah, and what would he have done if you would have caught him? What are you going to eat him? You're going to torture him? Or you're going to,
First you torture him, then you eat him. Okay.
Yeah, would he even have known what to do? You see that sometimes where people chase things, but then if they ever caught it, be like, I wouldn't even know what to do with it if I did. Now what? Now I do. My whole life's been chasing and I actually caught it. What the hell's going on? I don't know what to do. And Joe said, we had a thing in our neighborhood where a person was taking their dog crap and putting it in the storm drain.
Oh.
Code enforcement got wind of it, handled it. All good, but yeah, you're talking about on Nextdoor, the people who are not cleaning up their dog poo. And a lot of people said, of course, now a lot of neighborhoods and HOAs are doing this where if you have a dog, you have to submit the DNA sample. And then they go and they test the DNA and they can link it to the dog. And they're like going, hey, there's no doubt this is from your dog and here's your fine.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, there was one girl back when I lived at the townhouse. She was a good-looking girl, always walking her dog. Her dog was real big, like a big dog. And she would just look at you while the dog was taking his shit and not at all pick it up and kind of like shrug her shoulders and then start running with the dog.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, like I'm a pretty girl. I don't pick up dog shit. Go fuck yourself. I'm like, it would drive me crazy. She instantly became not pretty.
Totally.
Yeah, there's nothing fun about that.
No, and then seriously, if you have that kind of attitude, you're taking away your hotness.
I got someone on, I don't want to get into fights with any neighbors or anything, but there's someone on my street and they let their dogs out without a leash and the dogs shit right in the middle of the road. Right in the middle of the road. And they go, all right, kid. They scream for the dog to get back in. So it's not only gross and it's in the middle of the road, it's disruptive and uneasy and jarring. And they do it all the time. And you're just like, what are you thinking, man?
It's such a ridiculously old school way. People would let their dogs out to go poop in the yard and come back. But in your own backyard, not in the front yard, not running down the street, not pooping in the street.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what you do in your backyard.
Let the dog out in the backyard to go poop if you just want to let it out to go run and poop. You don't do it in the front yard.
Well,
Yeah.
it just kind of shows you, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't really.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about anybody here.
Yeah. Well, I got another thing to add into with the road art that for some reason the state of Florida has a boner on removing now. I don't even know really why we've gotten to this. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday. And I saw today on the news that last night they had hearts painted on this road out front of Jessica Clinton Park in Port St. Lucie. It was commemorating the death of a girl with a heart condition in 2003.
Yeah.
And so they painted hearts on the road right out front of the park, and FDOT removed them last night. They're gone
Why, though?
because no hearts are allowed. But she died in 2003. The hearts have been there for years, have never caused any kind of problems. And they got this hard on now about we're not going to have any kind of art whatsoever on any of our roads, which is just, it's weird because we've had it. It looks cool. I mean, look, if you're not doing anything, if you can still see the lines you need to see to drive and all that kind of stuff, and it's not, that'd be the only thing I could see. But that, I don't even know what the protest is.
Yeah.
It's just a weird flex, man. And it's
It
just,
is.
when you
It's
talk,
time consuming. It costs money.
when you
It's
talk
like,
about why people hate government, this is the kind of shit where people are like, what is the point of this? Why are you taking this time? What does this do? Like, you're
well,
worried
they're trying to make it look like, oh, we're not singling out just one group. We're not trying to attack LGBT.
I mean, you hate the gay people that much that you got to remove all of it?
Yep.
I
think that's what it is.
It's so crazy to me. It's what a weird
But think about
hill
this,
to die
this girl
on.
that passed away. Her family probably got a lot of peace from walking past that park and seeing the hearts on the road and knowing that people still think about their daughter.
Yeah.
And now the hearts are painted over for what?
They're going to paint the hearts now in the parking lot. And they say, well, that's what we're going to do. That's our compromise. And so it's still.
Is it a case where they think that what's going to happen is eventually everyone's going to want to put something up everywhere, and then all of a sudden you just got mass everything everywhere? I'm just thinking about what we're missing.
But look, if that's the case, this is where so often these people are missing the mark on the messaging. You have to be crystal clear when you say it and why you're doing it. It's got to connect with people, and you got to explain yourself well. And when things start to devolve like they are, where you start attacking the rainbow crosswalks and people have feelings one way or the other, it's not a closed, everyone's for it or against it. So I do understand that. So they started with that, but then it's almost like, oh shit, this maybe looks bad. And they're like, well, let's just take off all
of them.
Let's take the Back the Blue mural. And, I even saw DeSantis was like, we probably have taken off more conservative things and art than we have. But it's like,
Well, that's because he wanted to be able to say that.
exactly. But you're like, why? I mean, was it really affecting people that much anyway?
No, because we like the Back the Blue mural. We like these murals. We like the hearts on the road. Like,
the kids that painted the bike lanes and I don't
it's
get it.
busy work for nothing.
And they haven't explained it well enough.
No.
Like, you've not connected
Well, that's what
with
you're
me.
saying.
We know exactly what you're doing. You don't.
Right.
He
We're not
thinks
that
we're stupid.
Yeah.
But you're right, though.
That's what infuriates people.
Yeah, like
That's what's got me mad. Be like, we're not that fucking
we
stupid.
know
I
why
get
you're
what
doing this.
And explain yourself better. You're right. There's
The
too much
messaging was a mess.
Totally.
And often you see when people fumble the bag, it's just that kind of stuff where they're not crystal clear with the messaging right away. And then they're like, oh, well, no, it's this. And you're like going, all right, we see through that.
we totally see through it.
Get your steps together before you do it. Be like, people are going to try to pick it apart and spin it this way. So try to foresee that and have a good, sensible message when you begin. The first time you open your stupid ass mouth, get it right. Because when you don't, then this is what you have, and you get a lot of pissed off people. And it still doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
For 22 years, we've had those hearts on the streets, no problems, and now we got to remove them. And it's just, think about that. What that message says, it's just, I don't know.
The
Stupid
young
and
girl
it's painful.
passed away. It was a beautiful tribute. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just, it's an odd move that I'm still trying to figure out that doesn't
Dumb
make it.
government once again.
Well, that's why they have a bad rep on stuff like that, because they do things like that that's not done right. It's just messy. Messy all the way through.
Messy-tessy.
Another thing I saw was kind of messy as well. Right off the heels of Hall & Oates attacking each other. You see the police are now at each other's throats.
I do. And I'm wondering if the police have the two dudes that's not Sting. I think they might have a case, man.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland and trying to remember the guitar player's name. But yeah, they're suing Sting. They want residuals on every breath you take. And look, I guess I kind of get it. That song is the most listened to song from the 80s on Spotify. And apparently it's worth $750,000 annually in royalties.
And by the way, let's not forget that riff. It's an iconic riff.
Yeah.
And doesn't Diddy have to pay Sting money
Diddy's gonna have to pay a lot
for that song?
Yeah, they did make a deal on that, and they I believe they sang a song together live. Oh. I'll Be Missing You.
That doesn't age well.
Yeah, because it's I think it's the same riff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So and the royalties may be different, but let's just say that it was $750,000 a year. That song came out in 1983. I think it was 32 years ago. That's $24 million.
Wow.
And the other thing, Stewart started the band.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I know he's the drummer, and I know he was the main songwriter, and I know that, you know, he's not the one that everyone thinks of, but he did start that band, and he contributed, and I think Sting used to try to tell him how to play the fucking drums, and he's like, bitch, I know how to play the drums. You play the bass, and you write some songs, I'll play the drums.
Yeah, they just were oil and water. I think I've told the story that I saw them. I think it was 2010. They did the Police reunion, and I saw them twice. First time was at Hard Rock Stadium. They had Maroon 5 opening up for them, and they were having a great time. They're like, going, gosh, it just feels like the old days. And then I saw them on the same tour as they were wrapping it up at the amphitheater, and they just looked like they were in hell. You could just tell their body language and their expressions. They were well over it.
I think the main two, I think it's Stewart, the drummer, and I think it's Sting. I think they clashed a lot, and I think there was a power struggle. And you know that shit. It's hard to keep a band together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everyone's got to be able to compromise and give and take. And if that doesn't happen, motherfuckers want to punch each other out.
Yeah, but I love those little behind the scenes.
And those two other guys that you were struggling to come up with the names with probably hate the fact that everybody knows Sting.
Well, Sting
is the big dog.
He's wickedly talented. I love Sting. I love him in the Police. I love him as a solo artist. He is a legend. He still sounds good. He still looks good. He's good. I think Sting's probably an asshole, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Skate to Beach said, never gets old, still love it. There are just some songs, they just really don't burn, and you hear it, and you're like, okay, I forgot how solid of a song this was.
Oh, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Every time that song comes on, I turn it up. I've never gotten sick of that song.
Yeah,
it's a
they've
jam.
Got a lot of really great songs.
You think of me when that comes on?
No, I think Every Little Thing is tragic when...
Every little thing she does is tragic. Every little thing she does is wrong. Yeah, it actually kind of works out. All right, y'all, we got one more day left to get to the weekend. Hope to see y'all back here tomorrow. Goodbye.